Good morning, students. Today we will study about force and pressure. Before I start, I want to ask you something. Dear students, have you ever wondered what makes an object slow down or go faster or change its direction of motion? Let's recall some of our everyday experiences. What do you do to make a football move? What do you do to make a moving ball move faster? How does a goalkeeper stop a ball? How do fielders stop a ball hit by a batsman? A hockey player changes the direction of the moving ball with a flick of the stick. In all these situations, the ball is either made to move faster or slower, or its direction of motion is changed. We often say that a force has been applied on a ball when it is kicked, pushed, thrown or flicked. What is a force? What can it do to bodies on which it is applied? We will find answers to such questions in this module. When we want to open a door, we have to push the door handle with our hand. And when we want to close the door, we have to pull the door handle with our hand. This means that to move an object, it has either to be pushed or pulled. A push or pull on an object is called force. The direction in which the object is pushed or pulled is called the direction of force. Dear students, forces are used in our everyday actions like pushing, pulling, lifting, stretching, twisting and pressing. For example, a force is used when we push a football. A force is used when we pull a door. A force is used when we lift a box from the floor. A force is used when we stretch a rubber band. A force is used when we twist a wet cloth to squeeze out water. And a force is used when we press the brake pedal of a car. The fallen leaves of trees fly away with wind because the force of wind pushes them away. Even the roofs of some huts fly away during a storm because the force of strong winds pushes them away. And when we fly a kite, we can actually feel the force of the wind on it. But when does a force come into play? Let us find out. A force comes into play due to an interaction between the two objects. In interaction, each object acts in such a way as to have an effect on the other object. In most simple words, interaction means to act on each other. This will become more clear by the following example. Suppose a man is simply standing behind a stationary car. Since there is no interaction between the man and the car, no force acts on the car and hence the car does not move. Now, suppose the man pushes the car with his hands, due to which the car starts moving. When the man pushes the car, there is an interaction between the man and the car. During this interaction, a force arises which acts on the car and makes it move in the direction of applied force. Here in this picture, you can see the two boys are interacting and applying force on each other by pushing each other. Here, the man and cow are also interacting, but they are applying force on each other by pulling each other. In this case, the man is pulling cow and the cow is also pulling the man. Dear students, force has both magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude means the size of force. Direction means the direction in which force is acting. For example, an adult man can apply large force on an object, whereas a child can apply only a small force on an object. This means that a force can be larger or smaller than the other force. The magnitude of a force is expressed in the SI unit of force called Newton. So 1 Newton is the force which can make an object of 1 kilogram mass to move at a speed of 1 meter per second. Along with the magnitude of force, the direction in which a force acts is also to be specified. This is because if the magnitude or direction of the applied force changes, the effect produced by force also changes. When two forces act on an object, then two cases arise. Either the forces act in the same direction or the forces act in opposite directions. Number 1 case. If the two forces applied to an object act in the same direction, then the resultant force acting on the object is equal to the sum of the two forces. Now, let's see another example. If the two forces applied to an object act in the opposite directions, then the net force acting on the object is equal to the difference between the two forces. But if the two forces applied to an object are equal in magnitude and act in opposite directions, then the net force acting on the object is zero. Now, let's discuss the effects of force. Means what a force can do. A force cannot be seen. A force can be judged only by the effects it can produce in various objects around us. A force can move a stationary object. For example, while taking penalty kick in a football match, the player applies a force on the stationary football. Before being hit, the football is at rest and its speed is 0. Second, a force can stop a moving object. For example, in a football match, when the goalkeeper dives or jumps up to save the goal, he applies a force to the moving football with his hands. This force applied by goalkeeper helps in stopping the moving football and saves a goal being scored. A force can change the speed of a moving object. Suppose we are moving on a bicycle at a certain speed. Now, if someone pushes on the other hand, if someone pulls the moving bicycle from behind, then the speed of bicycle decreases. Thus, we can say that if the force is applied in the direction of motion of the object, its speed increases. On the other hand, if the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion of an object, then its speed decreases. Next, a force can change the direction of a moving object. In a cricket match, when a moving cricket ball is hit by a bat, then the direction of cricket ball changes and it goes in another direction. In this case, the force exerted by bat changes the direction of a moving cricket ball. Similarly, in the game of carom, when we take a rebound, then the direction of striker changes. This is because the edge of the carom board exerts a force on the striker. If we blow air from our mouth on the smoke rising up from a burning agarbatti, then the direction of motion of smoke changes. In this case, the force exerted by the blowing air changes the direction of moving smoke. From these examples, we conclude that a force can change the direction of a moving object. Next, a force can change the shape and size of an object. For example, if we take a light spring and pull it at both the ends with our hands, then the shape and size of the spring changes. In this case, the force of our hands changes the shape and size of the spring. So these are some effects of the force. In our next module, we will discuss the types of forces. Thank you.